Three-Piece Sports. I'm Dustin.
I'm Rob.
I'm Aldo.
And we are returning for week 2 of our NFL picks. Starting off this week, we have the Chiefs at the Bills. Robert, who you got in this one?
The Bills playing at home would be tough to beat, but I do think the Chiefs are going to do it. I don't think the Chiefs are a better team than what they showed up against the Falcons. They completely collapsed in the second half. But, the Falcons are a good team, and I think the Falcons will make a run at the Super Bowl. But the Bills aren't the team that, anyone, I don't even know if anyone hypes them, but they're really not that great. We saw what the Jets did to them, demolished them, and the Jets were awful in the preseason. It could be different, but I think this is a stride for either team because to start out 0-2 would be just awful for either one.
Yeah.
But you don't want to start 0-2, so I don't think. But I still think the Chiefs will win.
All right. Aldo, what about you?
I'm going to disagree with you. I think the Bills are going to win. The Bills have something to prove. They were really hyped this offseason because of the way they played last season. Going 10-6, had a great season. And, with Fred Jackson being out against CJ Spiller, wants something to prove. So does Ryan Fitzpatrick. He wants to redeem himself off that just terrible loss that he suffered against the Jets. And I think that's what they're going to do, especially at home. Ralph Wilson Stadium is a wall. In the last couple seasons, when they revamped themselves as a franchise. And I think that the Bills they have more to prove than the Chiefs do. So I think the Bills are going to take this one.
All right. I'm actually going to agree with Robert on this. I'm going to go with the Chiefs because of how good they performed in the first half against the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons are probably one of the top 6 teams in the NFC. They have a strong chance going to the playoffs. And for the Chiefs to keep up with them as much as they did in the first half, of course they collapsed in the second half. But they showed that they're a strong team, and if they had all those, because they had a lot of injuries on their defense, and if they had all those guys back, which they're getting some guys like Tom Bahali, who was suspended, they're getting that, so they'll have a pass rush in this game, and they're going up against a team that looked very disappointing, which I was disappointed because I thought the Bills were going to come out better this year. Ryan Fitzpatrick looked terrible in his first game, and the defense, which was very hyped up, came out flat. Mario Williams didn't do much of anything. It was awful. So it'll probably be a close game, but I'm going to take the Chiefs in this one.
All right.
And moving on to the next game, we have the Saints at the Panthers. Rob, who are you taking?
I take the Panthers in this matchup only because Cam Newton came out awful. The whole Panthers offense came out awful against Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
No running game.
Yeah, 10 rushing yards, and their leading rusher was Cam Newton. I think they're going to totally change it around. Maybe Cam Newton, is going through a sophomore slump. You can't tell yet, but the Saints, they lost against the Redskins, and the Redskins, they're good. RG3's a great player, but come on, you were at home. You started off the year. You just won the bounty case. I thought they were going to come out hyped, and they didn't look flat, but they just didn't play up to where they should have been, especially where they've been the past few years, being amongst the top teams in the NFC. So I think that Cam Newton might come out and actually force a couple throws and take chances and maybe run a lot more, but he's probably going to lead them to victory at home.
Yeah. All right, Aldo, what about you?
This was an extremely tough pick for me. It really was. They both have something to prove from last week. New Orleans needs to redeem themselves off that home loss against Washington. Panthers need to redeem themselves off of that loss at Tampa Bay. But in the end, the better team here today is New Orleans. New Orleans is going to come out strong. They have a stronger defense. They have a stronger offense. I think it's just going to be New Orleans with a redemption game. So, New Orleans.
I'm going to agree with you on that one. I have the Saints in this one, too. I think it's going to be a rather close game because the Panthers have improved over the past few years, and they're going to be at home in front of their home stadium. They're going to be looking to rebound after that ugly loss. 10 rushing yards. That's just awful. I think they'll get their offense going, but the Saints are just too high-flying, and I see them taking this one. All right, that about sums up this episode of Three-Piece Sports. As always, click the football to subscribe, and click this helmet to view our previous episode. All right, thanks, guys. I'm Dustin.
I'm Rob.
Maldo.
All right, see ya.